I'm Leann, your 2021 President of the Rhode Island Association of Realtors, and I am joined here today with Monica Staaf, the Rhode Island Association of Realtors legal counsel, to talk about the current quarantine updates and how it relates to our industry. I will start with asking Monica the question, what are the current quarantine requirements and how have they changed? What are the current quarantine rules? I know some people said 14 days, 10 days, 7 days. Can we have some clarification on that, Monica?
It can be a little bit hard to keep track of the different quarantine periods, and there have been some changes. Initially, if someone was exposed to COVID-19 or tested positive for COVID-19, you'd have to quarantine for 14 days. Starting in early December, the governor changed that to 10 days, and you can even shorten that 10-day quarantine period further by having a test after 5 days. If you get a negative test back, then you can reduce the quarantine period to as little as 7 days.
Thank you, Monica. And how does that relate to travel?
Travel requirements are a little bit different. It's still 14 days. So as realtors, you can go across state lines to show property and do your business as long as you're not staying overnight. Same is true with your customers and clients. Once you start staying overnight in another state, particularly one with a high COVID rate, then you would have to quarantine for 14 days. And if you want to check out the COVID, which states have high rates of COVID positivity, you can go to RIAR.org and check out our COVID-19 page. There's a link to all the official information from the CDC.
Thank you. That information is very helpful, and thank you for the clarification. There also has been a little bit of confusion about the folks that test positive in our industry. They're around our clients, they're around other realtors. Should there be some sort of public knowledge of this regarding agents and testing positive and their exposure to other folks that have also tested positive?
I'm going to answer that question with a no. I would leave any kind of contact tracing up to the Rhode Island Department of Health. They're the professionals. We can't have a list of people's private medical conditions posted for others to see without their permission. What I would suggest, though, is a professional courtesy as a realtor to realtor. If you know that you've gotten COVID or been exposed to COVID, it would be very professional and courteous for you to pick up the phone or text or let others know who've had exposure to you directly. That could be other realtors or customers and clients. You don't have to disclose your own medical details, but you can say at least that you've been exposed to COVID and let them plan accordingly.
Are there any legal issues that we should be mindful of working in the industry during these times?
Yeah, Leann, I'd say one of the legal issues that folks should be concerned of is showing multifamily property. I continue to get phone calls from tenants who are very concerned about people coming into their living space, whether they're using proper protocol or whether they should be coming in at all. What I would say is state law allows a landlord or a realtor to show a property as long as they give 2 days written notice to the tenant. But keep in mind as you're doing that to be very careful about following protocol. Some tenants will be resistant. If there are other alternatives that you have, that would be a good time to look into those.
Thank you so much for all of the updates, Monica. As Monica mentioned earlier, you can reference the Rhode Island Association of Realtors website to answer any questions you might have, or you can always reach out to us. I would like to thank you for your time today, Monica. As a reminder, we just want to strongly advise against in-person open houses at this time. This is a strong effort to keep everyone in our industry and our clients safe. Thank you all for tuning in, and we appreciate your time.